Nigel Farage was confident Britain could secure a good deal with Donald Trump, but this morning, a much gloomier outcome was forecast, and Labour was blamed. GB News' Ellie Costello lamented that Britain has lost its Brexit benefiters, just hours after celebrating more favourable tariff terms than our EU neighbours. A pause announced by Donald Trump meant that every country but China will pay the exact same 10%. Political commentator Theo Usherwood groaned, "We were in a much better position than the European Union, but of course Donald Trump has decided to equalize the base rate tariff right across the board. Now it's looking like all that work. The letter from the King inviting Donald Trump for a second state visit, none of that has amounted to much." GB News host Stephen Dixon reasoned, "Unless we get a deal," but Usherwood blew his hopes apart as he gloomily predicted, "It's looking very unlikely." Labour leader Keir Starmer was savage this morning as he was blamed for failing to maintain the special relationship between the US and the UK that could have led to a more favourable tariff deal. Usherwood warned that Keir Starmer was under pressure from anti-Trump Brits and had made it clear in response that he would not be prepared to do any deal just to get over the line. It had already been suggested that any potential deal would have to be extraordinary for Trump to consider granting the UK better terms than the EU. Ellie Costello quizzed this morning, "What would be extraordinary to the Americans? What would we have to be offering?" Usherwood responded that it could include lifting restrictions on American food and agriculture to allow import and export into the UK. It comes after some raised concerns about chemicals being introduced into food which had been banned in the EU since Brexit, but would not necessarily be banned in the UK. However, many GB News viewers took to Twitter this morning to express their anger at Starmer for not working at the special relationship, and fearing what impact a frostier one might have on taxes and tariffs, and quality of life in Britain. One posted an illustration of the US president pushing Starmer around in a wheelie bin, with the slogan, "Trump has no time for Starmer." Another chimed in, "Europe with the same tariffs as UK's is without doubt EU's advantage now a stronger hand. Sadly the dream didn't last long, maybe a hit due to Labour's support in the USA elections. Trump doesn't forget."